So I'd like to now introduce TJ Varghese, who is the Group Product Manager at Google. And TJ leads the meeting room hardware development and was the founder of Jamboard, which makes you kind of like a rock star at a show like this. And this is Jamboard, Google's digital whiteboard solution. And prior to this role, he was product manager for Google Drive and Docs mobile apps on Android and iOS. And before joining Google, he headed up product management at a mobile software company called QuickOffice that was acquired by Google. TJ, it's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, will the clicker work, or do I have to? Sorry about that. We're just setting up. All right. Thanks for having me. I'm here to talk a little bit about what we do at Google for ourselves, but also for our customers when it comes to workplaces. And really, at its core, one of the things that we have adopted and part of our our selling portfolio is a video-first meeting culture. So I'll talk a little bit about how we got here. So I think everybody knows this. I think this is a common thread. You'll see this almost in every presentation, that the workplace is changing, and it's now becoming more about workspaces. So whether it be virtualized or companies now working across the globe, something that's becoming an increasing trend that we're seeing over time is that people are not at their desks anymore. They want to be able to be productive. They want to be able to use applications and hardware and solutions that enable them to be effective no matter where they are, just like we saw the video at the airport. Now, one interesting thing about meetings is, and I think if you do a Google search, meetings are, and you'll find a list of autofill of very negative things. I think the first one is meetings are a waste of time. So here's some stats from the Harvard Business Review. These are very, very serious stats, especially when you go to larger companies like Google, right, who has over 100,000 employees, 150 locations. So time management is really key to being productive and making your teams productive. So you can see here, billions of dollars being lost in enterprises just managing people in meetings. So what makes meetings ineffective? We think it's the lack of organization. How do you manage your meetings? Bad audio connection, and bad video connection. We think these are three elements that constitute really ineffective meetings. So at Google, we've been doing this for quite some time. I think over a decade ago, we started building something to effectively allow our employees to work better with each other across the globe. And the reason for that is we wanted better team collaboration. We wanted all the outcomes that everyone is talking about today. But believe it or not, we were operating that way for quite some time. And we built a homegrown solution. So I think if you ever walk into any Google office, no matter where you are in the world, you'll find that every meeting room has a video conferencing setup. And initially, we used to buy everything that was available in the market, but it got to a point where we were unable to scale based on how fast we were building and how fast we were growing, which is why we ended up building our own solution. So as of this year, we have over 25,000 rooms that are video enabled globally. That's a pretty sizable fleet if you think about it. We have over 120 million minutes of video calls happening every single day. This is running on our infrastructure. This is running through our systems, running through our applications, all of which we are providing to customers as well. This is an interesting stat. We build about 50 rooms on average per week globally. So you can see that that's a pretty sizable infrastructure to have something that we need to stay reliable on. Our video conferencing rooms are modified every 2 hours. This is all kinds of modifications, whether it be retrofits or new fits or new build-outs. And of course, connecting over 100,000 people in that many locations. So we needed something that could scale. We needed something that was effective, but also manageable with the tools and the cloud that we have. So there's over 10 years of research and development going into our meeting solution product. So this is what our meeting solution product is. We have effectively what we call Google Meet, Hangouts Meet. This is available on the mobile and on the web. We also have meeting room kits that we have certified and partnered with ASUS and Logitech on. And then, of course, there is the Jamboard, a product that I developed, I think, and launched in 2017. Now, the value proposition here is not only do we offer this service on every single endpoint, but it is tied back natively through G Suite. So, whether it be you're in your email and you want to accept a calendar invite right then and there without having to open up a calendar or a tab, or whether it is you are using Google Chat and you want to schedule a meeting with someone and you just type in a chatbot that says, let's meet, and we auto dial a meeting for you. And then, of course, integrated again with a product that we relaunched last year, which was Google Voice, which is available now in certain countries. So that is our whole solution. You will find this year that our version of unified communications is going to bring this whole suite in a much tighter way. So you're going to find each of these product areas, a lot of which have millions, if not billions, of users in some cases, are going to get very, very tied in with each other. And you're going to find that our mission in G Suite is to bring those natural experiences of how you want to meet with people, when you want to meet with people, and what modality you want to meet them, whether you want to make a phone call, whether you want to make a video call, or whether you just want to have a chat conversation or a workspace with Drive. So this is effectively what our meeting solutions are. We bring innovative tools. And we not only do this on the web and on the desktop, but also in meeting rooms. So I want to talk a little bit about rooms here for a second. We have been working on expanding our meeting room portfolio. And so we started with a small room kit, then we went to a medium room kit, and now a large room kit. And we've done this across different partnerships that we have evolved into. So if you see here, we, go to the next slide, we cater to different size rooms, and we do have different kits that we have certified with these partners. Like I mentioned, we have the ASUS kits for all these room types, the Logitech kits, and with Acer, we actually have a 24-inch all-in-one, which is being used either for people in their offices for their own personal video conferencing endpoint, or also in phone rooms, which is very commonly used at Google. And then real-time collaboration of whiteboarding. We enable this as part of the suite. So if you are in a meeting and you want to brainstorm an idea in real time with someone else, you can do that from your phone, you can do that from the web, or also from the Jamboard, the hardware device that we launched in 2017. One of our biggest assets in G Suite is Google Calendar. Google Calendar is used by many people in the world, and one of the things that we've done with our meeting room solution and our room solution is tie in the calendar to it. So there's a lot of intelligence here that we bring to the meeting room through the Google Calendar integration, whether it be finding the right times to meet with people, giving you the best room location. So for example, if you are meeting, let's say in the Amsterdam office, and you have your room tied to the calendar system, we'll be able to map out what is a effective room for the type of meeting you're having, whether it's a 2-person or 6-person or 8-person. And so what we do is auto-suggest based on location, based on number of participants, and we give you a room that we think is better suited for you. And we do a lot of analytics on this. So for example, if all parties decline the invite, we also do auto room release. So this, again, allows you to manage your real estate in your offices without rooms being booked and no one showing to them. And then all of that is effectively managed by this in-house tool that we manage with Fleet Management. So this is a tool that accesses all the information about the room kit, and gives you, your administrator, full access to not only what's the room health, but also if, for example, a call was to go wrong, we have room analytics and call analytics, so where the IT person can go and drill in and figure out, like, is that due to a bandwidth issue, is it due to a hardware issue, or whatever else. So there's a lot of information that we bring into our Fleet tool, which we're constantly expanding as part of our portfolio, and a big value proposition that we give to our customers, and not to mention Google as one of the biggest clients for it. And then last year, or actually this year, we published a room design guide. And this is interesting. This is taking 10 years, if not more, of Google meeting room installation know-how and drilling it down into best practices. So this is a free resource that we give to our customers and yourselves. If you go to that URL, you'll be able to download an interactive guide that lets you plan your rooms, lets you plan what we think is the best camera angle, the best position for your sound system. And this is years and years of actual, implementation of, doing it wrong and then doing it right over and over again on a global scale. So all the information that you see here is at a global scale, takes into account, all of the building codes, all of the necessary requirements that you have to have in your areas. So this is a resource that we put out for free. We find a lot of usage from our partners and our customers. Again, this is, countless number of years of building at Google. And with that, I want to say thank you. We have a lot of stuff to show. We're in Hall 15. So if you want to come by and talk to us more about our solutions and our offerings, I'd be more than happy to share. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TJ. Thank you.